That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 5:19. Let's check in with Art for an update on our forecast.
All right, and away we go. Once again, I'm just going to remind you, breezy conditions this morning. Then those winds will taper down once we get into the afternoon. Then we get into the latter portion of your afternoon. You're looking at PM showers coming into the picture. We're talking between about 4 to 7 p.m. So that means your, is that a turkey behind me? So that means right into your evening commute. We'll also be seeing a few evening showers, as I mentioned, for your evening commute, but they'll also begin to pick up going into the 8 o'clock hour and overnight tonight as well. We'll see those showers continue on and then eventually drift off to the east. All right, so we've got that going on. We know there's some fog out there, a little patchy fog holding on to the areas here. This might sneak into the river valleys, but as it gets closer to La Crosse, a lot of that wind that we're picking up right now, which is already up to about 18, 19 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour in some cases, is going to dissipate. So right now we're in some light to near patchy fog getting into the area here locally for La Crosse. That being said, 6 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. this afternoon, you're looking at clouds going from partly cloudy skies all the way up to at least cloudy conditions for the day. We'll also be holding on to the rainfall that's kind of sneaking in towards Minneapolis there, all the way to Minnesota, through Minnesota down into portions of Iowa. This will help split in two, and part of that's going to sneak right over into areas right going into Illinois, and that's going to hit Chicago with some light to moderate shower activity today, maybe heavy at times, maybe even a storm or two. We're just going to get the lighter batch of this up to the north and kind of scoot through the area here, and I want to show you that in a second here as we get into it here. We'll get that rolled in. You can see some of that moisture continuing to get a little bit closer. Here's a view of it right now, kind of cutting across the area. Once we get through the 5 a.m. hour, you'll hold on all the way to the noon hour. It hasn't crossed the Mississippi just yet. Temperatures in the 40s, middle 40s. We're holding on to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. By then, rainfall starts to bump into the picture. Widespread 40s for you still to the low 50s. It gets into areas by Decorah, then moves off over into areas at the 7 o'clock hour, getting closer to La Crosse. Right now, it starts to pick up even more so by the 9 o'clock hour. We're still seeing limited amounts of rainfall, most of it by Red Wing getting into Winona, then stretching back over to areas down to the south by Bosquebel. That's the heavier stuff that's going towards Chicago, as I mentioned before. Then the system comes up. You're seeing some limited amounts of rainfall still trying to get into Sparta, La Crosse. This is when it's almost nearly out of the way for us here. More of that kind of brushes portions of La Crosse to the east, and then up and out it goes, and it is done. And that's a look at the rainfall. Let me give you your 8-day forecast to give you a view of how this all plays out, and then we'll talk about how this comes back for us. We're looking at 50 degrees today for our high. PM showers on the way with cloudy conditions. It's only about a 20%. Then we go into AM showers for Thursday. That's around, say, the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock AM hours. Dry conditions for Friday, and the weekend right now is looking to be a little bit dry out there. I'll have more about this for you in just a moment as well. Back to you.